We're here with Vicki Salemi, our Media Jobs Daily editor, and Kim Taylor, who is freelance copywriter and screenwriter. So Kim is also a Mediabistro instructor, and she'll be teaching an upcoming course on creative ad writing, which I'll provide more information on at the end of the chat. Just a reminder to everyone who's viewing, if you have questions or feedback as we go along, be sure to send them to our Google Plus page. We'll also be checking our Facebook page and Twitter feed. You could use hashtag #MBChats. So Vicki, let's get started.
Great. So great to see you, Valerie and Kim. Kim, I'm just going to jump right in. What do you love most about copywriting?
Oh, I love playing with language. I've always loved reading books and thinking about how you could use words creatively. So it's a joy to be able to get paid to do that.
It's always great, right, when you get paid to do what you love?
Yes.
Kim, what are two skills that you've honed that our readers can emulate in terms of being successful as a copywriter?
I would say don't get too married to your ideas because the client or the creative director might not like them. So be an idea fountain and just practice coming up with as many as possible. Be creative in all the different angles you can view something.
I really like that you said, be an idea fountain. I think that's really key for any area of media, especially copywriting, where you don't get too married or attached to your ideas. Is there one other skill that you found particularly helpful as well?
Yes, I would say be confident when presenting your ideas because then they go over better. People tend to like them more.
Mm-hmm.
I've had some students who have amazing ideas, but they perhaps don't believe in them deeply enough, so that comes across.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And where do you do your work? I know as a freelancer, some people have a dedicated area or a home office or a spot on the dining room table. Where do you find you're most effective where you specifically work?
Well, when I'm working on a project that requires me to be somewhere, I will go there. Otherwise, I like working at home because I also have sons, so I can be here for them occasionally, and I can do my work at the same time, and I can create my own agenda for the day.
Okay, which actually leads to my next question. What's your structure for your day? Does each day change, or do you like to have a specific routine for the timing of everything?
Well, I would say a little bit of both because what I like about being a freelancer is being able to go to the gym when I want to go to the gym or, for example, help my children with their homework whenever they need help.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I also do certain things like I start the day with email, then I go on to work. If I get restless, I'll take a gym break or a walk. So I like to mix it up a little bit, but there are certain things I like to do. And I know each person has to tailor it to what works for them.
Mm-hmm, definitely. I think what you said is so critical. Take a walk, because a lot of times I know freelancers, myself included, the day can go by and you may not have fresh air or sunlight. Because
Yeah.
that's one of, the misnomers of being a freelancer is, oh, you've plenty of time to relax. And you're like, actually, I'm working all day long. So I think that's key, is to take that break and walk around, get a glass of water, go outside. What should people know who want to become a copywriter, who've never done it before, and or a freelancer? Like, how should they dive in? What would you tell yourself back in the day when you started that maybe you just didn't know that was critical to your success?
Well, I would say that people are going to try to define you.
Mm-hmm.
For example, when I was 25, I was told I was too young for certain things, which wasn't true. And when I was 29, I was told I was too old, which wasn't true. So don't let people box you in. I've also been told that if you have journalism experience, that doesn't necessarily apply to copywriting, and yet it does. It means you probably will be very good at long copy.
Mm-hmm.
It's all just fitting words to space. So if you love writing, just know that it will somehow translate. And don't let other people tell you that it won't.
Mm-hmm. I think that's such important advice, because a lot of times, even when I talk to people and they're switching careers and they want to know how to connect the dots, I mean, in journalism, you're dealing with words all the time, clearly, as well as deadlines. So being deadline-driven and multitasking-oriented is really key, I would think, especially for copywriting.
Yes, and knowing how to edit and knowing grammar, all of that's very helpful.
Mm-hmm. How do you juggle your various clients as well as deadlines and priorities? What's your secret sauce?
Well, I would say be honest. If you're working on more than one thing, just say, I'm working on something else and it will be done on X date. And if you have to burn some midnight oil, do that too. Do whatever it takes to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
And give yourself enough space to make it work in a way that will end up being great for you and the client.
Great advice. And then, Kim, how do you market? Because I know freelancing is, it's about getting the work done and doing it really well, but then also putting yourself out there for new business. How do you market yourself and your skills?
Well, once you've been working for quite a while, if you don't burn any bridges, you can always return to people you've worked for, and they'll keep you in mind whenever they have projects. But with social media now, it's easier than ever to reach out to people, and even sometimes call them. I would say try everything.
Do you rely on referrals and testimonials, and if so, how do you leverage them?
Well, I use them on my LinkedIn page, but that's about it.
Okay. And then, you teach a class here at Mediabistro in advertising copywriting. What's one skill you want your students to possess by the time they complete the course?
I like to have them try every single platform so they can find out what they're good at and what they like and what they don't like. Because when they work 9 to 5, they should be doing something they really enjoy. If they discover that they don't like direct mail or don't like billboards or don't like long copy, then they shouldn't go for those types of jobs. So in the class that Mediabistro offers that I teach, they'll learn every single platform and they'll learn what they like.
Great. And then what's one thing you want them to learn about the industry by the time they're done with your course?
That every agency will be different and it has its own culture. So they should fit their skills and what they like to the type of agency that suits them.
Great. And then do you recommend media professionals or copywriting professionals pursue their master's degree in media studies? And if so, it's a two-parter, how can they leverage it to get a job or get promoted in their current one?
Well, I only recommend it if you're passionate about it and you don't mind investing the time and the money. But what is good about it is it's broad enough that you can tailor it to whatever interests you the most within the field of media.
Okay.
So it has some pros and cons.
Yeah, exactly. And then let's talk about screenwriting. I do not want to gloss over this at all. And your honorable mention at the Tribeca Film Festival for your movie about Marie Curie, and it's called Radiant. Sounds like this is a huge passion project of yours. So how do you fit this all in with your copywriting responsibilities? Like, how do you manage it?
Well, I've been moving over more towards screenwriting and entrepreneurial ventures that include advertising a little bit more. So it's a slow segue over to a different field, which a lot of writers do. A lot of them are also stand-up comedians, or they also write screenplays. So that's something else people can know, that copywriting can either be something you do 9 to 5, or it can be something you do on the side. It's up to you.
And how did you tackle this? Did you just dive in and say, this is something I want to do, and started pursuing it?
Well, to me, it's all the same constellation of creative writing. So it's just a different format, and it's just extending the ideas a little bit more. And you'll even see that when you create a commercial, it's kind of like a mini skit sometimes.
That's so true.
Yeah, that's similar to a movie.
Muscles. You're at the gym and you're trying out the different machines, really.
Yeah.
Anything else we didn't cover, Kim, that you want us to talk about in terms of the advice that our viewers can take and really dive into even this afternoon or later this week?
Well, I would say that copywriting is like yoga, and that people are flexible in different ways. So find out how you're flexible, which platforms and which types of writing.
Great. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, thank you, Vicki, and thank you, Kim. Really great advice. As promised, be sure to check out Kim's upcoming course. I will pull that up for you right now. So that is Copywriting Creative Ad Writing. And any viewers today get $25 off of that course with the code COPY25. All right, thank you again, and hope everybody enjoyed this Hangout, and thank you all for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye.